Okay guys, we're back. Ran out of room on the memory card, believe it or not. Hopefully you can hear because the wind's picking up. I just finished with the screen, the mesh. You see right there. I'll get out of the way for the camera if it's exposed. I'm going to put some framing on top of that portion right there. Drill it all in. I'm going to go way more screws than necessary. And I'm making a frame, basically. I'm just framing it in so you don't see the raw area of this. You don't have to go this route. You can call it a day right here. This would be more than sufficient to keep the goats out and look okay from this side. But I'm going to go ahead and put some framing on the back of this. A little thinner wood. Same width, different thickness. What is this stuff? 1x3, like a furring strip like I was referring to earlier. So a little bit thinner wood with the same width on there. It's going to be going as a frame to butt up against here to clean this up. So basically like this. Like this. And we'll put the strips in the middle. And we're just cleaning it up so it looks nice. And I think the way I did it over there is I have this part heading out as far as the thickness, and then I run some screws through here into the top plate of the handrail that I designed to put drinks on stuff when you're out here relaxing and barbecuing in our back patio. But it's become the tightrope walk of death for the goats. Actually, they don't die, they don't even fall off it, but they jump up there and they actually walk around the perimeter of the enclosed area they're not supposed to be in the first place and just taunt me all day, which is awesome. They're super funny. They drive me freaking nuts. But anyway, so this panel will be done in a second. I have a panel that you're on right now, but the corner I have one more panel to connect these all. So I'll do a separate video. I'm going to drill this together. I'll hold up the last piece so you can see what it looks like. Then I'll do a separate video kind of showing this side done, and hopefully I get the other one done tonight or first thing tomorrow at the worst, hopefully, because the goats will just jump back in there and poop everywhere. So stay tuned here. Wood, I just kind of pick on what looks best, or some of these I missed because I did them the wrong way, and add some better looking relief pieces and knots on either side. It would be kind of cool to show off in the end product, but I'm not looking for I'm not going into woodworking as my business. I'm pretty much like, that's kind of cool, but I'm just going to hide it for now. Plus I don't want water to get trapped in there and rot this out any earlier than it needs to. And then we'll paint this, or stain this, I guess I should say. Yeah, so I'm just lining up like this. Like I said, it's not perfect science. It's the same math I've been using my whole life. 1, 2, 3, 4 plus. Anyway, it's very basic. The wood is not perfectly flat. It's got some bend to it because there's cheap wood, cheap furring strips. And I also have wire mesh underneath, as you can see. But that's kind of the finished look of the product right there. I'll step back and hopefully it comes in exposure. But that's the finished look of it, and it looks really nice when it's up on the fence. And as long as these aren't pulled on, or the goats don't dance on them like the one that you're being suspended on right now, they bent the hell out of that one. I'm just going to run it because it's in the corner here. But as long as they don't, it's not pushed on, it just has wind blowing through it, it won't bend. It's pulled pretty taut. Like I said, the first one I got it pulled taut. The goats are heavy, and they started dancing on both panels. Fiona and Pearl having the time of their lives, and they just stretched the hell out of it. I'm not going to redo that one. But anyway, you can kind of see the look on here, and I'll hold it up when it's done being drilled. Pilot holes on this one, but not a pilot hole to countersink, just a pilot hole to not damage the wood on here. I'm going to go overkill like I do in everything, so there'll be more screws than necessary. And once again, no measurements on this stuff. I'm just kind of eyeballing it and it'll be fine. This isn't going to be a structural piece. Strictly a barrier to keep goats out. And even that, it's not a barrier. Well, it's a barrier. It's something they can touch. It's going to be something that just hopefully is broad enough that they don't really want to mess with it. That it's imposing and tall so they don't try and hurl their bodies over top of it. But we'll see. Okay, surprise me so far. of holes up in this thing. It's got enough screws in here. This should never come apart in my lifetime. So we'll see. I'm looking at some mics. We're gonna start doing stuff more like this with time lapse and not tutorials, but just kind of showing you step by step on some of the things we're building on the main property. We're gonna get back out there pretty soon and start working on that. I'm hoping to be out on that property full time in about a year and a half and have this property turned into a rental or a place for my boys if they don't want to be out in the main, and working on some other projects. But I really want to get out there. We've had some pretty expensive electric bills here since we're on county electric, city electric we're gonna call it. And water, the water's pretty consistent with the electric, man. This is an electric place and I don't have solar, and some of the bills have gone through the roof to heat this place and to heat the water here and whatnot during the cold season. So I'm going to upgrade the appliances as well, so it won't stay like that. And I'm probably going to do a small solar system on this, more of a freestanding solar, not tied, well, I guess it'll be tied to the grid, but more of a does its own, or you can get from the grid, not necessarily a tax credit system through you know, one of these fancy solar places. It's something I put together myself. That's simple. That runs the house in the daytime. Worst case scenario, on the city at night or something like that. It's not a big deal. But anyway, I'm looking forward to get on the off-grid property. The whole point of being out here was to be off-grid. If your needs go up, you add more to your solar, not pay more to municipalities that can charge you whatever they want to, pretty much to some degree. There's caps, but I mean, technically they can keep going up and up and up. They'll never go down. But anyway, so I'm going to drill this together here. Once again, I'm just eyeballing the stuff, guys. I'm not going by a true measurement on this. I'm just kind of putting it together. Cross my fingers. The reason I jumped to their side just to make sure I wouldn't put this on all kinked. They don't have a rustic look, but anyway, I intend for that. I don't really want to have a finished look on this. I want it to be kind of a rustic piece. So, go from there. The wind's really picking up now, guys. I might have you guys help me place these when I get over to them, but right now I'm fine. I have some digging to do over there, but I haven't marked it out, so maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Okay? Thanks for the help, though. Make sure you put the lid back on the stain, please, okay? So it doesn't get dried out. See, I crushed the whole corner right here, which I'm not super worried about. I'm not going to redo that, just going to leave it raw. So, this one's a little long. This is perfect. I shave a tiny bit off of this. I'm just lining this up with the frame that's underneath it, guys. Like I said, I like to cut these all out together as a big puzzle, so they're pretty accurate for the most part. I said, I'm not in a hurry. I'm not the fastest guy at this kind of stuff. I don't really give a crap. Let's get it done. So, got that lined up. Got that lined up. This one's a little wonky over here. Not going for perfection, like I said. Let's get it done. Even that, I was able to bend it back in place where it dropped off a little bit over here, and I'm okay with that. The finished results will be a place to keep the coats out. Now you don't need to use as many screws to hold something like this together. Like I said, I over-engineer kind of everything or overdo it. Still kind of have a very rural Barney type look with a bunch of extra screws, but I'm okay with that too. Like I said, it won't look like it's cookie cutter, even though it's screws, because it's kind of thrown together, rough measuring and that kind of stuff. That one just split again. Like I said, I'll put some wood putty in there for all I care. I'm not really worried about making it perfect. If I'm doing something structural, I would never do that. I would go ahead and make sure it's perfect and then hang it. This is not structural, like I said. This is going to be just a topper on top of the fence to keep beautiful Fiona, not Fiona girl, little Princess Fiona and her mom out of my relaxation area. So, screws, man, they like to try and eat those, so I try and keep them up. These things, these goats will put anything in their mouth. Ah, up, girl. They're right underneath you guys, just watch me work. I think they're already trying to figure out how they can climb this thing, and they'll probably figure it out faster than I want them to. Eventually I'll put like a biodome over the backyard and have a section for them. So. Well, now I haven't seen me screw every single screw in here. I'm going to pull this up. I'll show you guys. That's what I'm trying to build right there. So it's all framed in. On the side you will have the gap, obviously, because you got wire mesh inside here, countersunk screws. I'll go ahead and screw that into the top rail. I'll walk you over there right now so you guys can see what I'm talking about while I'm still filming. And then I'll do a separate, very non-tutorial walkthrough of it when it's finished. You can hear a ton of wind right now, guys. The wind is blowing these sweet bangs and I cut myself all around. Anyway, so let me get you off. So here's another one. Like I said, this panel's already done. There's Pearl, there's Fiona, getting ready to see what the heck I'm doing. They're already afraid that they're gonna be trapped. Wind's gonna be bad here, guys, so just bear with me. But I have one panel set up. Like I said, I have 3 built for this now. I need 1 more to finish this one side, our little ratty house. But boom, there you go. So you can kind of get the idea of the look. So it's basically a 24-inch extension on what the fence was, which I thought was tall enough to keep goats out, but they just use this like a launch pad, just jump over this thing. Fiona gets herself squeezed through there, so I might have to put some mesh on there, some poles on there, we'll figure it out, but basically that's what we're working with right there. The kids finished staining this, so that's all stained like a grayish color, like a weathered wood. They're gonna go with more of a blackish stain, kind of like the fence on these panels. They're just beauty panels basically, and all of this basically, obviously it's black mesh underneath there. So that's the look. And I have every panel but one to continue this area today. So I'll have all this side done. Hello, pretty girl. They are sweet. They're a pain in the butt, but they are sweet. Ah, hi, little girl. This is Princess Fiona. She's definitely the sweeter of the two. She's getting a little started goatee now. And there's Pearl. She's the mama. Hello. Oh, I see you. If you don't pet them, they'll definitely give you a little bump and let you know, hey, I'm still here. Still want to be pet. Ah, look at that goatee. You're so majestic. Anyway, so we're working on, guys. When I get it done, I'll show you this side at least finished tonight, and then the rest of it hopefully by tomorrow, and we'll go from there. And I think we're gonna move the gym out from behind the patio and make this basically just an area to hang out. Once I re-side this house, I'll put an actual patio cover coming off of this over to this past this. It's kind of dumb to do it in 2 pieces, but that's just how it works out by time lapse for us because the weather and whatnot. But we'll have all brand new vinyl windows, all brand new siding, a brand new deck or just stairs right there most likely to decrease the space it takes up. Make that into something the goats can play on. Put the gym out here where the fire pit is right now, and then probably put the fire pit, you know, over here somewhere or out that area somewhere with my Flagstaff pieces I have. And I'll probably end up putting a concrete pad out there for outdoor gym. Gotta get back on that in the summer. Gotta get those muscles back. I got all the working muscles to work on projects, but I don't have the beach muscles. So anyway, that's the finished product right there for each panel. And hopefully the wind dies down. I'll show you guys a wrap up when I get this side done tonight before I call it an evening. Wow, I'm going crazy. Bye.